Hey, good evening. Good evening. How y'all doing? Hey, listen, I don't know where y'all at, brother. What state you're in? Whether it's freezing cold. I know right now it's nice and brisk out here, enjoying that fresh air and that cool weather. I don't like it too hot and I don't like it too cold. So the difference is right now it's like kind of like nippy. So not too hot, not too cold, just right. But you got to be dressed accordingly. Hey, folks, listen, a few things what I want to talk about tonight. What I want to talk about, and I kind of thought about it yesterday, I did a live. And when I did a live, somebody asked a question. And the question that they asked me was an incident that took place years ago when these guys that, my best friend, Walter King Tut Johnson, had beef with, when they shot through his mother's door in Cypress Hill Projects and shot his mother. Whoa, sit back and think about it. I forgot all about that. And what I'm saying is you cannot remember everything. You cannot remember every little thing. But then I sit back and I reflect. Even this last night going into this morning as I was doing that live piece. And then I'm thinking about that. And I got very emotional. Why I got very emotional? Because right now I know his mother. His mother is a beautiful soul, man. She's like a deep, loving, caring, righteous woman. And I sit back, I reflect. Me and Tut both came from God-fearing, loving, caring mother. But what the heck happened? How in the heck were we came from, people that love and care about us? Our mother gave us the best life they can possibly give us. But yet and still, here it is. What did we did? How do we pay them back in return? How do we pay our mother back in return? Did we made our mother proud? Did we basically right now bought our mother a house? Did we more or less like took care of our mother into their golden age? No, we didn't. And even right now Miss Johnson is still alive. I can remember, one of the last time I went to Cypress, and I stopped by her place. I stopped by my old building, 455 Fountain Avenue. You know what I'm saying? And when I went there, I went to her apartment. I knocked on the door. And what she did was she looked through the peephole. And when she looked through the peephole, she opened the door. And when she opened the door, she started crying. And it caused me to cry. And it wasn't a cry like, it was like a cry of joy. It was a cry of happiness. It was a cry that this woman haven't seen me in years. Now I'm in front of her door. You know what I'm saying? In her, place of living. Congregating. Talking about different things. Like talking about me and Tut lifestyle, how we went, like how we was brought up properly, but we was like that lost sheep and went astray. So I'm talking about like if you was anybody that know Miss Johnson, know his family, good people. But how do good mothers have or their kids turn out to be evil, devious, low life, scums of the earth? How? So to me, like what in the heck this man was doing to cause his mother to be shot? What in the hell you doing to cause that type of drama? Death. She could have died. What was this man doing out there as young knucklehead? So the difference is right now it's a saying. It's a saying, it's a powerful saying. And what that saying is, don't shit where you eat at. Don't do dirt where you eat at. And obviously right now guess what? You know what? Back then, young, doing stupid things, we're not thinking, or was we thinking? Because if we was thinking, we're not going to do anything that's going to bring harm to our family and our loved one. Like to me, I'm not trying to just blame Tut and any other person, even myself. I've been guilty of the same thing. What I've been guilty of, I feel part responsible for my mother's death. I felt everything that I did in and out of jail from a kid. Here it is, she reading the newspaper. Pick up a daily news. And then she's picking up the daily news and reading about her son, Brian Gibbs, in the newspaper. You know how embarrassing that is? Even I can remember a time me and her was talking. And what she was telling me is this. She got to her job and she was around her coworkers. And her coworkers reading the newspaper and say, listen, this guy got the same last name that you have. And my mother jokingly said, who knows? Probably he's my son. Not knowing that I, Brian Glaze Gibbs, was her son. So to me, I took my mother through all type of trials, unnecessary trials and tribulation. For what? But I say I love my mother. I say I'm a professional mama boy. I say I would die, I would kill, I'd do anything for my mother. But yet and still the little thing, being a law-abiding citizen, being a good kid growing into a grown-up, a grown, productive, law-abiding man. That's all she asked for. That's all mothers and fathers and parents, they ask for us to grow up and be law-abiding, productive citizens. What's so hard about that? How in the heck, love should be pulling you the right way, but we allow that negative nonsense from the street to pull us the wrong way. How is that justified? It's not justified, folks. It's not. When you in that street life and you get deep involved into that street life and you don't move your family away from that negative and nonsense, what in the hell you think gonna happen? We bringing harm their way. We having death, D-E-A-T-H, knocking at their door, that. Why? And it's nobody's fault but ours. It's nobody's fault by any individual that's out there that committing negative and nonsense, committing crime. What you think gonna happen? You can't, something that my mother said. She told me, she said, listen, you gotta look at it. You can't go around doing other things to other people's kids. You gotta look at it. You have a child now. And see, she always knew what to say to me to keep me in check or put me in check. Because when I get upset, I allow my emotions to supersede my intellect and I want to react. And when I react, guess what? I lost. Anytime you allow your emotions to intercede or more or less supersede your intellect and you go out there and you mad and you angry and then you do something stupid, it can costly. It can be very costly. It can cost you your freedom. It can cost you your family. It can cost you your life. It can cost you anything. For what? And that's why right now, as I'm telling you, to me and my buddy Walter King Tut Johnson and Howard Pappy Mason, Lorenzo Fat Cat Niggas, Kenneth Supreme McGriff, Gerald Prince Miller, Emery Bugout Matthew, Tommy Montana Mickens, a lot of these guys, Baby Sam Edmondson, Samuel Baby Sam Edmondson, saying Delroy Uzi Edwards, Unique, Mecca Audio, Cab, OG Killer Cab, my man, Up for Debate, Mrs. T. What we did is right now is our action, our behavior, it caused our family, caused our mother pain. It broke their heart. It broke their heart because they only want the best for us. They only want us to do better. And right now this is my story. This is my ministry. And my message today, young folks, anybody that's out there listening, man, what you got to do is don't break your mother's heart. Don't break your father's heart. Don't break your grandmother, your grandfather's heart. Don't break your brother and sister heart. Don't break your wife, your kid's heart. Right now I was guilty of that. Here it is. The difference is, look at Tut. Tut never killed anybody, to the best of my knowledge, a day in his life. You know what? At one point in time, me and Tut got arrested together for attempt murder. It never happened, but we got arrested and charged with attempt murder. I had to. They used that attempt murder to more or less corroborate with a murder charge and took me to trial on attempt murder and a murder trial. I was guilty of the murder, but I was innocent of the attempt murder. But Tut got wrapped up into the attempt murder, and he'll wind up eventually pleading guilty to that. And when he pled guilty to that, it cost him. It cost him time out of his life because now he's in a predicament that, guess what? When they jam him, they going against him for that 3 strikes. 3 strikes you out. All because of what? All because of the wrong reason. Folks, listen to me. I'm telling you ahead of time, crime doesn't pay. I am Brian Glaze Gibbs, and crime doesn't pay. If I can change, anybody can change. What I want you to do is take heed. Take a lesson. It's a life lesson. And what people, y'all got to understand, man, it's not no game. Stop playing with your life. Stop playing Grand Theft Auto with your life. Stop getting caught up into the negative and nonsense. Because if you don't do it, what's going to happen is you go into that bad place. You're going to get caught up in some nonsense that you do not want to get caught up into. And it's not worth it. I'm telling you from somebody that experienced. Don't take me. I'm not boosting. I'm not bragging. I am not proud of the person I once was. I am proud of who I am today. And this is my ministry. Get your signed copy. Get your signed copy of the Brian Glaze Gibbs book, A True Story of Change and Redemption. Look at the poster back there. Email me, Brian, Brian, Gibbs, Gibbs 1201 at yahoo.com. Hit that like button. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Share my story. Share my message. You know, follow me on Instagram, Brian Glaze Gibbs. Listen, I got a lot of content coming. And what I want you folks to understand exactly what is what. That's what I want you to understand. Exactly what is what. Who's who and what's what and what we seeking to do. And that's what life is all about. Life is all about change. Life is all about, accepting who you are and what you are. Life is all about, if you need help, raise your hand. It's nothing wrong. It's nothing embarrassed that if you need help, that you raise your hand. Raise your hand, because if you need it, guess what? Seeking you should find, asking you should know. If you don't seek, you're not going to find. If you don't ask, you're not going to know. So those are things that you have to do. That's what you have to do at all times. That's what you have to do. Seeking you should find, asking you should know. And if you don't do that, what's going to happen? You know what? You're going to end up dying of an early death. You're going to end up in the penitentiary, dying in a cold, lonely cell. You know what? By your jail cell, on medication, going blah, 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 out of your mind. All for what? All for the wrong reason. Folks, this is not no game, man. Don't break your mother's heart. Don't be like me and no other guys and Walter Johnson bringing death to your door. It's no different than right now. Look what happened with Lorenzo Fat Cat Nichols when they threw the firebomb through his mother's house. How in the heck that's justified? It wasn't justified. It's no different than Kevin Chow. He was in the game. His mother wasn't in the game. She died. For what? It's not just them. May her soul rest in peace. May these folks' souls rest in peace. You know why? Because once again, here it is. These are our mother. These can be your mother. It's anybody's mother, grandmother. Guess what, folks? We got to stop it. Thank you very much.